But anyway, welcome to my first story time. We might start a new story time tradition, but I'll see what I can do. So, this story time is going to be about the time my inner racism came out. Not gonna lie, we're all a little bit racist in our own way, but like this racism came out from a part of me that I didn't think existed, and you'll see when I explain. So the story starts at the beginning of the year, let's say January 2018, when my life went downhill. And this happened during a 3-day weekend bender I had with a few of my friends. And yeah, they'll probably know themselves. I don't know if I should start. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to expose their asses, because if they were really my home bitches, even though they claim not to be my home bitches, but still, if they were really my home bitches, they would have been like, Louise, stop being stupid, okay? Go put your glasses on. So it was for my friend, that's girl, CC. It was her birthday, and homegirl was like, you know, because like she came down from Birmingham to London so we can turn up and have a lit day, yo. Like, we were planning to have like the best Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then Sunday afternoon of our lives. So she came down to London, and the first night we went to karaoke, invited a few of our friends, got turned, got hella waved, and well, actually not really hella waved because no one was drinking, to be fair. Like, we got the drinks, but no one drank a lot. So the next day was like for another event, which is a clubbing event. And during that event, one of the organizers, I knew them through Facebook, because they added me on Facebook and were like, oh, hey, do you want to come to like my event? And I'm like, okay. And next thing you know, we started like, you know, a bit of like cheeky banter here and there, blah blah blah. So like, I thought me and him, like the guy, were really cool and whatnot, because we were talking a lot regularly compared to like not knowing who the hell he was. But you know what, I was like, screw it. So we started talking, and it was great. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll see you at the event. So I went to the event. Actually, no, before the event, we had pre-drinks. Okay, this was where my night just went downhill for me, because like, you think it went downhill for me at the club, but no, it started at pre's. So like, some of the friends that came out to the karaoke event the night before, they were supposed to come to pre's, so we were just drinking, kind of like passed away the time. And then they eventually, and like, I'm just here like, yo, where you guys at, blah blah blah. And they were like, oh yeah, we're on our way, we're gonna come, we're just waiting for one person. And so we were just waiting, blah 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 blah. And then there was this guy that I met on the internet. Don't meet people off of the internet, guys. Like, I do all the time, and every time I do it, the outcome is not really much of a difference. But yeah, so I was like to this guy that I'm on the internet, I was like, yo, do you want, like, I see you just moved into London, do you want to come out with me and my friends? It's one of my friends' birthday. These hoes will love to see you, blah blah blah. And they were like, and he was like, yeah, sure. So he came to the pre's, we drank up a bit. I got hella waved because I was trying to pass away the time for waiting for the friends that were supposed to come. But then they messaged me saying, yo, we can't come anymore, we're just gonna meet you at the club. And I'm just like, you know what, great, I'm too waved to be drinking anymore at this point anyway, so let's go. So we go to the club. First time I'm going to the club, but like Lindy, homegirl, she's been to the club already for like a uni event, so she knew the club, but she didn't tell me that this club hella expensive and shit. Why this club so expensive, yo? Like, the first round of drinks was like close to £50, and it was like simple vodka and Red Bull. I'm just like, yo, it's like for real, like it was really expensive. So I was like, you know what, screw it. We're here to have like a turn up time anyway. Like we can worry about money some other time. So yeah, so we were drinking, blah 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 blah. The friends that were supposed to come came over. We drank again, another one. Some people, like the guy that I invited got me around. My friends, that girl Cece, got me around as well. Like I'm getting money, I'm getting drinks just passed at me left, right, center. Like, oh my god, it looks like I'm getting dicks chucked at me left, right, center. But yeah, I was getting drinks like dust and tassed at me left, right, center. Dashed at me left, right, center. So finally, I was like, oh yeah, where is the organizer guy that I've been talking to on the internet? Let me go look for him. Cause like in my mind, I've never like associated myself with like clubbing organizers before. Maybe I have, but I just didn't know they were clubbing organizers. But I never knew like I associated myself with clubbing organizers. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna look for the most bougie looking person who seems like the most comfortable person, and also one of the most bait looking people. By the way, to the non-English people who don't understand English slang, bait means well known, like it's quite easy to like well known pretty much. So like I was looking for the most bait person in the club. So I saw this one guy who was like standing in the corner, dressed in all black, wearing a black coat, and I'm just like, it's kind of the club, like why the fuck are you wearing a coat? Like it's really hot in here, like everyone's out here steaming and sweating and perspiring, and you shouldn't be wearing a coat in the club. Like they have cloakrooms for that. But the guy was like, whatever. So I just came up to him all drunk and whatnot. I was like, hi, is your name Joseph? And the guy was like, yeah. And he's like, do I know you? I was like, of course, it's me, Constant. We were talking on Facebook. Remember when we did this? Like, are you perhaps the organizer guy? And listen, I was drunk. Like, not gonna lie, I was waved. And the guy did not even confirm nor deny it. He was like, maybe. And I'm just like, to be honest, the fact that you said maybe is kind of a confirmation that you are. So, like, again, when I'm drunk, I kind of get a bit American. So, yeah. So, like, this was how the conversation was going. Like, how you are. But, yeah. So, like, what are you doing? Like, it's kind of your night. You should, like, have fun. You look a bit stressed out. And the guy was like, no, I'm just tired, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm waiting for my friend so I can, like, leave early. I was like, oh my god, why are you leaving early? It's like your night. Like, looking back at it, I'm actually starting to, like, choke and gag and all that nonsense. Like, I was like, why are you leaving early? It's like your night. You should, like, enjoy it, you know? And he's like, yeah, I'm just tired. I was like, okay, let me buy you a drink for having organized such a good night. So I finally got him a drink. Spent £11 on whiskey on just that person alone. And mind you, I was too drunk anyway. And so I decided to buy another glass of whiskey for myself. So £22 of whiskey just so I could talk to this guy. And I'm putting two and two together now, like, by the way, Joseph, you look kind of different from your pictures. But I'm just like, you know what, just don't think about it, Louise. Like, just move on. Like, you're talking to this guy, have fun, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, like, that happened, and I met my friends again, and also the other guy who I invited, and I was like, yo, that's Joseph. The guy that I told you about, the organizing guy, I'm Joseph. And my friends were looking at me like, really? That's him? I was like, yeah, I know, he looks a bit different from his pictures, but yeah. So, the guy that I was talking, like, that I invited, like, he's trying to hang out with me, but, like, I'm trying to hang out with Joseph, and I'm just, like, pushing him away. I was like, oh, yeah, yo, Cece, can you take him to the dance floor, please? So I can talk to you. this guy that I want to talk to, I just wasted £22 on. And so, like, that happened. Eventually, fucking Joseph disappeared. He left. He took my number, blah, blah, blah. Next day, he messaged me, and I'm just like, hey, is this Joseph? And he's like, yeah. And I'm just like, oh, it was nice meeting you, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, a few weeks later, like, me and the real Joseph started talking again on Facebook, and I was like, oh yeah, we were talking about like the night, blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, you were a bit busy, and like I didn't put two and two together at this point that they were completely different people. I mean, like, we was talking on Facebook, even had a video call on Snapchat with the real one, by the way. But in my mind, I'm just thinking, how the hell this guy looking like three different people? Like, he looks different in real life compared to the person he is on his like Facebook pictures compared to his video call. Like, why are you looking all different and all that nonsense? So all that happened. The next event that he invited me to, I went in, and that's when, the moment I saw him, that's when I just felt like I wanted to stab myself in the chest, yo. Because imagine, not only did I spend £22 just to hang out with this one guy who I thought was the guy that I was talking to, but it just happens to be like the person who I was supposed to be hanging out with, like the real Joseph. He turned out to be looking completely different. Not gonna lie, he's still hotter than the fake one, but he'd be looking completely different to the other one. So I'm just putting two and two together now. That the only reason my bitch ass thought they were the same people is because they were both Asian. And now that I think about it again, they're not even the same kind of Asian, because one of them is like Chinese, the other one's Thai. So like, they were completely different types of Asians. And at that point, like, I was so disgusted in myself, and I was like to C, I was like, hey yo, C, you see that guy that I told you about the last time that we met? Apparently that wasn't like the real Joseph, that's the fake Joseph, there's a real Joseph. And then she's like, oh yeah, I knew that. I'm just like, you stupid fucking bitch, you didn't tell me this. She's like, oh yeah, I thought so, I thought they looked different, but I just didn't want to say anything. I'm just like, my enemies are working against me, that's all. But yeah, so like, she knew, Lindy didn't care, and I wasted money on a completely stranger because like I just assumed all Asians are the same. I just have to like ask questions, and it was a strange coincidence where both of them had the same name. So yeah. Anyway, that brings me to the end of my story time. I hope that was like interesting, why I said it right, or well enough. But yeah, that's my end of my story time. So yeah, see you next time.